TV reviews in 2022 are a hot mess, and if that only affected reviewers like me, well, that would be one thing. But the sad fact is, it's affecting anyone who just loves learning about TVs or is trying to do some research to make a purchase decision. So what's going on, and why am I so stressed out about it? Welcome back, everyone. I'm Caleb Dennison, and here's the deal. In every video I've made over the past several months, I've been met with the same questions. Hey Caleb, where's the LG G2 review? Hey Caleb, where's the Sony X90K TV review? Hey Caleb, really looking forward to that Samsung QN95B review. When's that coming? How about those Hisense TVs, Caleb? What about TCL? Any news on Vizio? Fair questions, all of them. And the simple answer is, they're not here. Sorry, but you know that's not how I roll. Look, TV reviews this year are a mess for a number of different reasons. And like I said earlier, that would be easier for me to just absorb if it didn't end up doing you, my viewers and fans, and this whole community we have going, a serious disservice. So let me dig into what's going on with you, and by the end, let's see if there isn't a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Before I dig in, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Y'all are the reason I'm here. Well, that and I just love TVs and wouldn't know what to do with myself if I couldn't make these videos. So thanks for making that possible and showing your support by clicking some very important buttons down below and hopping into the comments section with me so we can have some fun chatting about this stuff. Now, where do I start? So I guess the best place to start is with one of the most glaring problems: a global pandemic. As is often the case with life-altering events, some effects are lagging. That is, it takes a while for the effect to be felt because it involves a chain reaction of events. If you've been in the market for a car, I'm sure you've noticed that prices are sky high. And that's because inventory is low. And that is because there was a chip shortage and because shipping problems have made it hard to land imports into our respective countries. It took a while for that problem to get to us, and it's taking a long time to recover from it. Well, it's basically the same issue with TVs, right? All it really takes is one factory in a supply chain shutting down for a while, and the impact is massive. Let's say several TV makers get their HDMI boards from one manufacturer, and that HDMI board manufacturer has to shut down for even a few months. Even if every other part of a TV was in good supply, that missing HDMI board would cause a TV shortage across nearly every brand in nearly every market. The thing is, it wasn't just one supplier of one part that had a shutdown. It was several. So the issue was compounded. And today we are seeing a seriously short supply of TVs. Now, it may not seem like that from where you sit, but trust me, once the stock of 2021 TVs is dried up, the limited availability of 2022 TVs will start to become more obvious, and anyone in the market for a new TV is going to be vying for what little stock is available, and all of a sudden we're going to feel it. For a little while, at least. Manufacturing is rebounding, and by extension, logistics issues are starting to smooth out a bit, but it's going to take some time to get back to what we'd consider normal. So that addresses a problem at the retail level, but what does that have to do with TV reviews? Well, for those reviewers who purchase TVs for review, it can make them harder to get. You might be able to pull one in here or there, but the usual glut of TV models to choose from is simply not there. And for those of us who work with TV manufacturers to get review samples on loan, well, forget about it. Those review samples are slim pickings, and the competition to get them is fierce. Why are review samples so hard to come by? Because retail units are getting prioritized. See, the PR and marketing arms of companies like LG, Samsung, Sony, Hisense, TCL, they're all used to getting an allotment of TVs for their own internal use and for external programs like review programs. But right now, they're not getting them. They may eventually, but it'll be super late. And at that point, the conversation around those TVs has been happening for weeks, if not months. This is why on this channel right here, you've seen me fly to San Diego to visit Sony, fly to New Jersey to visit Samsung and LG and perform on-the-ground reviews with limited time on their turf. That's the kind of thing I would normally reserve just for occasions like reviewing a massive micro LED TV or maybe a massive 8K mini LED TV that's just so expensive it's too risky to chance a TV getting damaged as it's wheeled across the country. But this year, since there are so precious few review samples to be had, I've flown to review TVs like the Samsung QN90B, which granted is a nice TV in Samsung's lineup, but normally I would have had that model in my office months ago in late April or early May. Now, if I'm lucky, I might get one here in July, maybe. And while I appreciate the opportunity to do that kind of thing, I mean, it's better than not evaluating the TV at all, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm able to put that TV through all the testing I feel I should in order to offer the best quality review. Actually, that Samsung QN90B review is a great example. The TV was locked into its firmware, there was no update available, I got the measurements I got, which is fine, but they weren't representative of a broader range of the TV model, and I had the experience I had, which was good, but again, potentially not representative of what may be going on at the retail level. I had limited time to twist this knob and pull that lever. Never mind that I don't have time to pit that TV side by side with another TV in real time. None of this is ideal. And in the end, while I'm glad I got to have that experience and share it with you, I'm gonna have to retest that TV and do another review. Twice the work. And I don't love twice the work, my friends. Not because I'm lazy, but I'm a work smarter, not harder kind of guy. So, because of limited availability, what we have is fewer reviews of fewer models, and the reviews we do have are either a little shallower than we'd like, or possibly worse, way too deep. Here's the thing. We TV reviewers like to stay busy. We feel this responsibility to create new content to share, whether that's on this platform or another, like our website, digitaltrends.com. And in the absence of variety, what happens? Well, some of us dig deep. We pull back every layer of the onion and dive into every little nook and cranny until we've got so mired in the minutia that we start losing perspective. Now, while I'm thrilled that there are others out there like me who love deep dives into minutia, even I have my limits. More importantly though, most views/traffic come from your average consumer who just needs buying advice. So imagine what it's like to type XYZ TV review into a search engine and get absolutely bombarded with headlines and thumbnails for articles that are not succinct, helpful reviews. Instead of getting a nice overview of a TV or maybe a cool comparison article, you get a 30-minute exposition on how to hack the service menu of a TV, while in the same breath you get told about why you should never do exactly what you're being shown how to do. That's not helpful. I mean, so there's another reason TV reviews kind of look messy out there. And then there's the problem that arises when TV makers start getting sensitive and reactive and start making mistakes that do nobody any favors at all. I'm speaking in very broad terms here, but let's say that in the process of dissecting a TV down to a gruesomely deep level, we expose some nitpicky little thing that really doesn't affect most users, but still, we make a really big noise about it. Well, TV makers are paying attention, and they don't like negative press. And to their credit, they may be trying to make a product better, but it's also possible they are overreacting to a loud conversation about something that, frankly, most folks don't understand, and then they go and try to address it. And in their rush to try to address this thing and maybe steer the conversation in a new direction, they overlook something and end up causing a new problem. See, that's a thing in today's TVs where so much can be changed with a simple update to software or firmware. And as TVs have gotten more complicated, the opportunity for error has risen. I mean, look at Microsoft. How many times has Microsoft issued a Windows update that fixes a long list of bugs only to introduce new bugs that didn't exist before the update? One can fairly call into question how helpful that update actually was. It's like a dog chasing its tail. And we're starting to see this in TVs as well, because they look a lot more like computers now than they did even just 6 years ago. As a result, the TV you buy at the store, based on the review you saw last month, might end up being a different TV a month after you bought it. And then it might be a different TV still, just a month later. And that's not a good user experience. That's a lot of complaining, but what's the solution? What can be done? Well, from where I sit, not a lot can be done until things return to what we used to consider normal. And that's just gonna take time. So really, the best thing we can do is just be patient. I do think we'll see things start to normalize a little bit in late fall, about 6 or 7 months later than usual. And I think 2023 will be a lot better. But for now, I think we need to take what we can get when we can get it and continue to have constructive conversations, hopefully moderated by a reasonable perspective. At least that's what I intend to do right here today and well into the future. Thanks as always for watching, everyone. If you found this video interesting, please hit me with a like. Consider subscribing for more content like this, as well as our excellent product reviews. And while you're here, here's 2 other videos I think you might like.